Hi guys, it's me. I am here. You thought I got away now, didn't you? You thought I was gone. Seems like I've been trying to do these to get back with you guys and talk to you a little bit, but things have been just coming left and right, and just seemed like I guess it's all I could think of was just rest. Because it's very important to do that. And I said, well, I guess I'll get there when the time is right. So I want to take this time just to touch base with you and say, hey, I missed you guys, to let you know I haven't gone anywhere. But yeah, I have been getting proper rest. Well, I still keep moving. I'm constantly doing things, but I am resting. And when I say resting, sometimes it still consists of me moving, but I'm doing things to get things where I need them to be so that my mind can be clear and free, right? So, I'm making little preps and changes in my palace. That's what I call it, my haven. So I'm making some little adjustments and changes and just getting some order and organization there because, I thought I was going to be moving, and, especially with the pandemic coming right around the corner, I thought I would be moving. But I guess it's just not my time because where everyone was expecting things to go crashing for the pandemic and, we won't get out there and start purchasing, it didn't happen like that. I'm quite sure you guys know everything went up. So I'm at a standstill because I'm not about to hop out there and pay anything above the budget I set. That's just that. You understand? So I have a certain something I want to pay, whether it's, I don't care if it's renting or owning, and that's where I'm going to stand. I have a little flex where I can play around with, but I'm not jumping out there on a whole paycheck or any of that just to say, hey, I have this. I'm not doing it. Too many people out here living beyond their means. I'm not trying to do that. You know what I mean? So that's where I am. So hey, it's okay because where I am is it's all right. It's home. It's lovely to me. I'm at peace when I'm in it, and that's the most important thing. Peace. You know how I feel about peace of mind, guys. I would do whatever it takes to maintain my peace. If that means I got to cut some stuff off, chop some stuff off, dissolve some stuff, then I'm going to do all of that to keep my peace, right? So with that being said, you know how it goes. Some people come and then they go, and that's okay too. But the thing that trips me out with the people that will come and then they go, half of the time they came either with false pretenses or they did some conniving stuff, some little sneaky or a little scrape or a little backstab, a little scrape, little something, little undercut. They did something to have to go, right? And 9 times out of 10 when that happens, they'll do something to you, scratch you, claw you, dagger you, poke you, whatever they do. They'll do whatever. And then when you call them out on it, of course, they're the most offended in a situation. They're highly offended because you called them out. That's what that is. And then they'll stand in your face and blatantly say, oh, I didn't do that. I don't do this. Man, you got me messed up. Or whatever you want to say. You know what it is. Okay? And now it is what it is. And guess what, though? The sad part about it all is sometimes certain situations have been just a simple own your stuff, acknowledge what you've done, and apologize for what you've done. But then you have some people whose pride is so big that they'll lose good people constantly just because they don't want to admit they're wrong, right? That's called stunning your growth. You understand? So if that's what you into, go ahead on anyway. So either way, the thing I want to put out is I'm not even mad. I'm not holding no grudges. I just be tripping off the fact that, wow, like, why me? What did you gain from that when you were already right here? Everything was cool until you did this one thing that I didn't appreciate. So, you know, and that also lets you know if the relationship or friendship was really real to begin with. Because if you got something real, a person is not going to intentionally do something that cause you harm or make you feel a certain way and not make it right. Real talk. So if you got people like that around you that know they're doing little accidentally on purpose BS, you know, saying little things they know you don't really like, or doing something that you don't care for, or getting you around people and acting a certain way, and they act like they plan or convince you that's not for y'all, that's not what they were doing. Baby, see it for what it is. Thank God that you see it, and you do what you need to do with that. You understand? Because if you got people that don't own their stuff and they're not trying to make amends or make a situation right, then that's not a healthy balance right there to begin with. That's not a real friend. That's not what friendship look like. That's not what a relationship should look like. A partnership or any of that, okay? Any type of kinship should always be patient, caring, and kind on both sides of the fence. Understand this. So, and the other thing to that, to piggyback off of that, you can be the most loyal person to people you love, the people you care for, your so-called friends and lovers and whatever you want to call them. However, you know, and being loyal, you're right there when they need you, when you know, all these things. You show up when they call for you. You're always, you know, there. You know, if they need a shoulder to lean on, somebody to talk to, whatever the case is, support whenever you know, if time you can get there, you're going to be there to support. That type of stuff. And you don't get those things in return. Or like I said, you get the other undercut, the little poke on the side, little dagger in the back. Sometimes people do these things to test, to see how much room they have to take advantage of a situation. Let's put it like that. Or you as a person. So once you call them out, you'll see them become the victim, and you just violated them, you done disrespected them, you done said something that they didn't do, and you calling me this, calling me that. No, I'm calling you what it is. I'm putting it out there and calling what it is. That's exactly what you did, and you know what you did. Because if you did, if it was a thing that you didn't know what you did, you wouldn't be so damn defensive when I'm telling you what I feel from your action. See, that's how you know. Because they get real defensive, and if you didn't know, you wouldn't be offended by it. You would be more so like, wow, I apologize. I didn't know. I didn't even realize that. Okay, whatever. But these are the people you be aware of, and know that if that's what you move, how you're moving. No, I don't need you in my life. So you did the right thing by walking away. You understand? If you was just a freaking taker, out to get whatever you can get, selfish ass person. Ego so big, pride so wide, you can't apologize or own your stuff. That means we weren't going to be together long, no way, because your growth is stunted at that very moment, and I'll keep moving. So either way, it was going to happen. We were going to part ways. But just know, I don't hold grudges. I choose not to. Too much weight to carry. That's stress. That's just too much on the inside festering. So I choose to let it go, be free from it, and move forward. You know what I mean? What didn't kill me only makes me stronger. What makes me stronger makes me better. That's all I can say to that. You understand? So, yeah, but I just wanted to put that out there because that's something that's been tripping me out. Like, you know, you have to look at things like this in these relationships as well. If you're supposed to be so cool and tight with each other, whether this is in a relationship, sexually, intimate relationship with someone, and intimacy doesn't mean sex, folks. Intimacy just means that. Intimacy I allow you to see. Same with that person. Y'all are close to that degree. But if you notice how you're always, everything you do, they're welcome to do. But then they have moments they do things you're not even invited. You know what I mean? That's something to pay attention to. You know, if you're welcome to hang out with my family and close people in my life, and now it's you're doing something with yours, but you don't invite me, that's something to look at. I just had to have this conversation with my son. He's 19, and he needs to know, because my children both grew up like only children. They're 9 years apart. So he needs to understand how that only child syndrome works, right? looking for love in all the wrong places, being loyal to people who's not showing that same loyalty, just the things of knowing and being able to balance and know how to weigh these things out. Just because you love on this person may not have that same love on you back. So if they don't have that same love on you back, it's time for you to fall back. That's what I'm teaching my young man. We would have been down the avenue of women can't teach a man how to be a man. I'm not ever trying to do that. I don't have a penis. But guess what? I did teach him how to hold that joker, how to aim it, and get some tissue and wipe it off when you're done. I did teach him that much. But my most important factor is, no, I can't teach you how to be a man, but I am your mother, and I'm going to teach you how to survive if you follow my lead and pay attention. That's all I can do, right? But I had something was on my spirit, and I said, I need to talk to him. Let me give him a call. Do you get invited to any of your friends' family gatherings and functions and things like that? And it was almost like a not really or no. But everywhere we go, I said, I need you to pay attention to this. Your friends, I've taken to as my children as well. So when we go places, they're welcome to go. Sometimes I just want my two, just me and mine. That's it. Because we rarely had moments in our lives where it was just me and my two. Everywhere we travel, you bring a companion for them, especially when they were growing up, because they're so active. And a lot of times the adults don't always have the energy to do a lot of things that the younger and teenage groups like to do. So I had to explain to him, wow, if you don't have any type of rapport, haven't met their mom and been hang out and be able to go in their house and hang out with them, eat dinner with them, go on a little getaway or whatever with them, that's something to look at, son. You need to start asking some questions like, damn, if we supposed to be so tight, why you don't ever invite me to nothing? Why don't you ever invite me over your house for dinner? Why you don't invite me to the beach with you and your family? And see what the response is. Or let them know, damn, man, we supposed to be bros, but yet you don't never offer me to go nowhere. These are the things that I had to teach my son. You have to speak that out. And if you're not going to say anything, then just do what you need to do. Because I know him. We the same. We kind of the same, same sign and all. Birthdays 4 days apart. So we kind of move in the same format. He may not say nothing. My son is a little more laid back than I am. So he may just fall back. You know what I'm saying? Which I'll do that too. And sometimes we can have a very, very open communication going. And I still may just feel the need. Because sometimes once you've read enough and you picked up enough and you see it for what it is, you already know what you're dealing with. So what's the use? You just say there's no need, because this person is going to be combative. They're going to be closed off. They're going to be offended because they're guilty as charged. And all you see is ego, pride. So why? They can't apologize. So I just say forget it. I'll fall back. There's no need, because that becomes a whole nother can of worms. You got to go back and forth in some debate to prove what you're saying. It's not about a debate when somebody's telling you about how they feel based on something you've done. If you are the doer, review it. Look at what you've done. And ask yourself in that very moment, had that been done to you, would you be offended by it or affected by it? And if you know you would be offended or affected in any type of way, then you owe it to yourself and that person to make it right at that moment. Because if you don't, you know what happens next. Karma. Mean mother sucker, that karma, baby. And when she come to bite you, Lord knows, you gonna feel like you was locked jaws with a mighty shark. You understand me? That thing will get a hold of you. And it won't turn you loose, because karma will lay up on your behind for years and years and years and years. You'll find yourself repeating the same cycle over and over and over, all because you purposely withheld an apology that you owed to a person that you caused harm to, and you didn't give it. That's the sad part about it. So you just met your own demise. At your own hand, you are now your own demise. Okay? So, real talk, I was just talking about that, like, and it kills me because they'll really sit around and be looking at you up and down like you really did something to them. And then you might catch them looking you up and down as if they pissed off because you're not falling apart because they went on. They're no longer in your circle or in your life. So when they see you, what? You don't look like you're battered, worn down, depressed, sad, whatever. No. Guess what? I already told you. I used to get pissed off when people hung up on me. I don't give a damn. No, I'd be like, thank you. As soon as you hang up, I'd be like, oh, well, that's that. Thank you. I don't have to worry about you calling no more. I ain't got to worry about feeling like I should pick up the phone and call you. Because you just said you were done with me when you hung up. And when you are done with me, cool with me. Because I know who I am. And I know what I do. You know what I mean? If I'm in it, I'm in it. One thing I don't like is 50 at all. I'm not going to play you halfway. If we cool like that, we cool like that. If we not, you going to already know that. Because I'm going to keep you at bay anyway. You'll know. Real talk. Because I'm going to tell you some real stuff. Females are shiesty as hell, right? Very shiesty. And males are just as sneaky. They just as phony and fake too. So I have felt the need to call my young man up, talk to him about some real life stuff real quick, and let him know, just sit back and watch, pay attention, and then ask them, listen, like, why y'all don't ever invite me nowhere? Why you don't ever, let's go over here with your mom, sit down and play a game or something. They come in my house, we rap, conversate, and everything. You know what I mean? But, yeah, these are questions you have to ask, because you need to know, is this a good fit? Even for my brotherhood, is this a good fit for my sisterhood? Is this a good fit for my life, as far as relationships, right? Like, you gotta sit back and look at it, because people will show you exactly who they are. It's up to us to take heed to it. And when we want to sit around and not acknowledge it, then that's where it becomes a problem, because eventually, you're gonna end up snapping out or some crazy stuff because you already fooled. You just seen enough. No, just go ahead and call it out. Call it out or fall back. When they call what's going on with you, just look, man. This is what I've been viewing or observing with you. This is what I've been doing right now. I tell people, listen, I have a sifter, okay? I said every so often, I put people in the sifter and I shake it. All that stay in is for the lifetime. All that fall out is a season or a reason. You understand? Now I need to sit down with that and figure out was you a season or a reason. You understand? And then I need to make sure I got either one out of that. Because it's lessons in everything. And we need to get them. So that's what I do. I just be like seasons and reasons. I'm not going to hold you hostage to nothing, because you may not have been ordained to be in my life for that long period of time. You was only here for a few minutes when I thought you was going to be around, but my higher being had a different plan for you. So I'm not going to hold you to that. The only thing I will hold you to is when we have conversations and certain things I don't appreciate or whatever, and you go do it anyway and then stand in my face and try to convince me that I'm accusing you of doing something you didn't do, when you clearly admit out of your mouth where you went, what you was doing, where you was standing, however the case may be. That answers the question for you right there out of your own mouth. But I'd be like, okay, I hear you. Because there's no need for that. When they get to doing all that, you're grasping for straws. You're grasping. You're guilty. You're holding. You're defensive because you're guilty. So there's no need for me to go back and forth about explaining this, or breaking it down, doing my investigation or whatever the hell. You already know, because the way you responded, you already know. Or either you didn't respond. How about you do it and then you don't even, or your normal routine changes. All of that is nothing but guilt. But I'm just teaching mine, like, when they fall back, let them fall back. And sometimes I may look like I'm falling back or drifting off, but it's not nothing personal, so I'm not going to automatically hold anything. because I have moments that I kind of disappear in thin air type behavior. You know, I mean, because I can be right there, and then you may not hear from me for days, and or whatever, and I don't know. You know, I don't realize that's happening. I'm just all locked into what I'm doing. So, I have to let them know people get lost in their own worlds. Sometimes you may have to be the one to pick up the phone and check on that person. Don't sit around, well, I ain't heard from them all day, all week long. They ain't called me, da-da-da. Okay, then the phone go two freaking ways. If they're on your damn mind and you haven't heard from them, then pick up a phone and call them. Maybe they're sick. Maybe they can't freaking get to the phone. They might be on their last damn breath. You don't know until you pick up. You gotta make it right. Meet it. Don't do nothing crazy. Meet it. I don't know what's going on with my son, but yeah, and I had to teach him that. Like, don't hold everybody. Don't be walking around like that. If you haven't heard from them, then call them. What's going on? I ain't heard from you in a couple of days. You good? Oh yeah. Okay. I was just checking on you. All right. Then at that moment, you know exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know what's happening with my camera right now, you guys, but prayerfully, I'll be able to play with it a little bit and clean this up. If not, prayerfully, the message is clearer than the video itself, okay? But yeah, it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't, and it trips me out because people really look like they look at you like they be really pissed off because you look like you okay. You look like you okay. And I don't know what that's about. You feel me? But anyway, I just miss you guys. I miss you guys. And I wanted to come talk to you. And that was one of the things I wanted to talk about. That lopsided type stuff that happens in so-called relationships or so-called friendships, so-called sisterhood, so-called, and I say so-called because you have some that is really your real blood that has you listed as an enemy more so than the people that's not your blood. That's sad. It's real sad because some of your blood will sit and act like you owe it to everything to constantly reach out, call them, make it right, come chase after them. Nobody's doing it because we're all human. We're all human and we are grown adults, and I'm to the point now, I'm so content with me and the world that I am creating around me. Oh, I am so in love with it to the point that it don't even matter. I mean, it used to hurt my heart like I don't have, feel like me and my siblings are not, where we should be. I feel like we should be hanging out, going out to dinner, catching movies, doing things like that, sleepovers, because sometimes when them fake friends are gone and you got real blood siblings, you think, damn, if me and my siblings was like that, you don't even need no damn friends. But shit, don't forget about Cain and Abel now. Cain and Abel was battling. Are you really getting ready to do this, lady? You see me with my blinker on. Wow. See how selfish people are? I'm trying to get over, y'all. Don't matter what you do. It doesn't matter. It's so sad out here. We are so freaking selfish. This lady got my blink on and she's steady just speeding up on me. It's nowhere to go, guys. I promise you. Look, if I could flip this for you, I don't know if it's going to let me do that. I don't think it will. I'm in gridlock traffic. The light right here, but there's no way to do this unless you get over right there, right where I am. And she still won't let me over. That's sad. He, she, whatever it is. But there's nowhere to go. Either way, guess what? Who got the victory? Ha! We do, because I got over. I mean, just a mess. The whole world is gone mad. People are really, really turning to a real selfish, disrespectful type standpoint towards one another. And, and the sad part about it, once again, is still us. The African American community. It's still us. At each other, dagging each other, just out to do any kind of thing we can to cause harm or hurt to each other. I'm just so thankful that I don't worry about when so-called friends walk away. I don't go through none of that no more. You know, because when you grow, you know better. When you do better, when you start to know better in life, you do better. When you start to get some peace in your life, you do better. And guess what? When peace surpasses everything, you don't even worry about it. Okay? Because half of the time, come on now, we know what it is. Yeah, when the so-calleds walk away, so-called this, so-called that, so, see you later. There you go, so long. You know? Yeah, because, and then you know the one thing I hate the most though? You'll have the ones that'll tell you how strong you are. That's another thing I was talking to him about. I said, you know, they'll tell you how strong you are. You the strongest one out the bunch. Man, you just so strong. You just with a... That is the worst. The worst. I think that is the most disrespectful, undertone disrespect. Feel me? Because while you think you lifting me by telling me how strong I am, and then you treat me a certain way, and then you come back and then tell me, no. That's the worst right there. You sit and tell a person how strong they are, and then you mistreat them. You just, look, walk off, disappear, hear nothing from you, leave that person stressing, worrying about you, whatever the case may be, and you don't even show your face to give a damn or care to say, hey, how you? Oh, because you're going through something. Guess what? Everybody going through something. But guess what? 9 times out of 10, the person you just left stranded right there, you just abandoned right there, they probably don't have anything to do with you going through. They didn't do it to you. But yet you come back hollering how strong they are. I think that's just a breeding ground. That's just a setup to make you feel like that's setting a person up to take your whatever mistreatment that you putting on them and make them think they strong. Like, in other words, let it roll off you because you don't seem to be affected by anything. Don't tell no strong person no shit like that, because they're human beings too. And just because they walk in there is a little different from you, don't mean they don't feel the same damn pain, heartache, or betrayal that you may feel when it's being done to you. Same. Cut them, they bleed just like you do. So think about that. It's not okay to do that. It's not okay to even do that to a freaking animal, your house pet, a dog. What, you kick him around, walk past him all day, don't speak to him for weeks, then you want to come and rub his head and tell him, I love you, man. Oh, this my boy, man. Give me some. Paul, get the hell out of here. That dog started to resent you as soon as you started doing it. And it ain't but a matter of time when you look up and that damn dog gonna be gone. Because even a dog has enough sense to know, even I don't care how much you feed me, baby, I don't like how you treat me. And you already know dog is man's best friend. That's like one of the most loyal animals you can have, right? So, if a dog can get enough to say, that's it, I'm done. I can't take this no more. I'm out of here. Yeah, oh man, he ran away. I think somebody stole him. That dog ain't get stolen. That dog ran the hell away. That dog said, the hell with you and your mean, ornery ass. Because you miserable. You know? Just immature, selfish, growth stunted. That's what it is. Damn if you do, I swear you're damned if you don't. You better keep that in mind at all times. I also talk to them and let them know. Guess what? You will have 1,000 for you today on the left side of the fence and 1,000 against you on that same day on the right side of the fence. Do a twist, turn around, and shake it up and down. Come back tomorrow. I bet you the right side of the 1,000 on the right gonna be all rooting your name, while the 1,000 on the left can't stand your ass. And you gonna be like, wait a minute, you guys were cool yesterday. What happened? Over here didn't like now they. Guess what? And if you worry about either side of that damn fence, at the end of the day, your ass stays stuck in neutral. Know that. So, I'm just teaching mine. I'm just, talking to you guys because it's reality and all. At the same time, I'm just saying, you damned if you do and you damned if you don't. So, hey, I'm just saying. I thought I would just share that with you guys because it's a lot going on out here. It's a lot going on with people. And I just be like, look, let me do what I got to do, maintain myself, and keep doing what I need to do for me. Because at the end of the day, there's nobody doing it with me. I'm doing it solo through the grace of God. That's all I can say. But yeah, I just wanted to share that because, baby, one of my little ladies I listen to on YouTube is like, baby, I'm just telling you, girl, you got to, baby. Yeah, think about it though, and really sit back and look at it. I don't care how much you love on a person. If they ain't giving that equal type of love back to you, the hell with them. If they pride and ego so freaking big that they can't admit that they can't even admit that they know what they done. But they'll rather get all defensive on you. Get them out of there. Get them out of there. That right there is the biggest manipulator. That's the biggest manipulator to the toxicity in your life. Real, and I talk, whatever. You know what I mean, okay? Real talk. That's the biggest one right there. That one who can't admit they wrong and keep hooping and hollering about it. They know what they did. And then look at you like you stink or something when they see you. Why? Look at this one. Because you had a nerve to call them out. That's what it's about. You had a nerve to point them out. You had a nerve to pull a coat. You had a nerve to say something. And not really give a damn how you feel. Because guess what? At some point, you can love on them. But you better have enough love left to love on yourself. That's the most important part. And when you in this love bomb relationship and you tread in 12 feet of water, you better have enough right here that you can breathe enough to breathe something in for you and get your behind to safer waters for yourself, okay? Don't lose yourself in anything for anyone, And when you look back over your slate, okay, I got more checks over here where I know I did what I know how to do and being a good person to another person. And this person just did not appreciate that. Then you got to look at this too. You got hunters out there. They befriend you because they looking for a certain type of road dog. They want you to be into some shit they into type behavior. Everybody not going to line up like that. So you already can see where that's going, right? Okay, well, I know this probably won't last very long because we don't meet eye to eye on certain things. And that's when you start to see that little turn anyway. You start to see the little pull, something has to happen in that moment to split, because you're not moving in that type of way, or you don't move that way. However, but you're not judging anyone. I'm not judging, but I will voice my opinion on it as to how I feel about it, as far as me and why I'm not doing whatever that way. And sometimes I guess people get offended by that. I don't know. It really doesn't matter because that's your growth. This is my growth. Okay? So, yeah. But those were the conversations I was having with mine. And I thought I would share them with you. So, and I wanted the most important to just get on here and show you guys my face to say, hey, I miss you. And I wish I could see your faces as well. But I just wanted to let you know your girl is still here. She has not checked out. I'm checking in now. I've been resting and making some preps and changes. And I told you guys, I'm going to be back on here. I think I'm going to do something else a little later on today because I haven't done anything. So I'm going to try to get me at least 2 in each time I video. I may not post them back to back, but I'm going to at least have another one lined up maybe for the next day or something. I got to come back out and get myself acclimated and sit still and talk about some things and what's been going on with me. But you know me. Even when you don't see me, you know I am still doing something creative. So, I love you guys. And I will talk to you soon. Smooches. Mwah.